So Drew contacted our institution, as most of our donors do, but typically they have an individual that they plan on donating an organ to. So Drew contacted us as others have in the past, saying that he simply had an interest after seeing a story that he had read online about the potential of being a non-directed donor.
Once I learned about kidney donation, it was actually a very easy decision once I had all the facts. For how little I have to give up versus giving a little child a completely new lease on life just seems a no-brainer. I think everyone would want to do that.
As wonderful and as normal as Drew appeared to be on paper, he was just that in person as well. So the way that it then worked is the non-directed donor at this stage, there isn't an absolute scheme for where that kidney should be or can be donated to. So it's up to the discretion of the individual centers to figure out how that person's gift can be best utilized. We had received word from the pediatric nephrology team that a young individual under 2 years of age was in desperate need of a kidney transplant, who he and Drew both had the same blood type, and it was sort of almost like it was destined to be.
I started volunteering primarily with children right after I graduated from high school. I found it very ironic. When I first signed up to donate a kidney, of course it was non-directed, I essentially told the hospital find someone, and when they came back to me, the person they found happened to be a little kid himself. It just was very appropriate that in this way I'd still be helping a kid as I do with most of my volunteering.
Throughout the entire process, everybody realized there's just something really amazing about a non-directed donor, someone who has that level of commitment and that level of heroicism to really put themselves in harm's way for somebody for no other reason. And he'll tell you it over and over again. It's because he just felt he had the need and the opportunity to help someone else.
From the moment I made the original decision, I felt very committed to it. In fact, I was excited about it. And really, whenever I thought about the surgery, if anything, I felt excitement about having this opportunity.
I think the minimally invasive technique, laparoscopic technique, with which kidneys are removed now for donation has done more for transplant probably than just about anything over the last 2 decades. These small incisions allow for a quicker recovery, less pain, and few, if any, long-term consequences.
They cut you open right along the belly button, which allows you to get a fairly large incision that's well hidden, so there's no scar afterwards. In fact, when I got out of this and I looked, I saw a Band-Aid. That's all I had, just a slightly big Band-Aid, no other sign at all that the surgery had occurred.
Certainly the thing in transplant that makes me most excited is speaking to the donors about their intentions and why they came forward to being donors.
I would encourage anyone to look into this. I know it's not something that everyone would do. I know many would not even consider it, but it is not as scary as it would seem. It's not as painful as it would seem.
Finding out more information is the best way to getting your questions answered. At the University of Maryland, we always want to be the person that helps provide the answers. And if the answers are something that then say, this isn't for me, that doesn't make them less of a person. It just means that this just isn't right for them. But we want people that are interested in being donors, are interested in being non-directed donors, to take the first step and see what this is all about. And we'll see where it goes from there.
I didn't donate this kidney because I felt obligated, because I was excited to do it. I can go to bed tonight knowing there's a kid whose life was changed for the better because of me.